Hello and welcome back to Djulbastije. Today I'm going to be showing you this amazing dish, super simple to make, called Djulbastije. So stay tuned for how I make this classic recipe. We're going to start off by making the meatballs, and they're super easy. I have two small medium-sized potatoes, and I'm going to peel the skin off, and then I'm going to grate it using the largest part of my grater here, and then I'm going to add it directly into my meat. Now, everyone makes this different. My meatballs are super simple to make, and then the sauce, I make it a little bit different. So I have my potatoes added to my ground beef, and then I'm going to add in my onions, finely diced, and then I'm going to add in my seasonings. Like I mentioned before in all my videos, I don't like to tell people exactly how much salt and pepper to add. Just add to your personal liking. I'm also adding some paprika and some garlic powder. After we add in our spices, I'm then going to add in 1 egg, and I'm going to add in some flour. That's our glue that's going to make everything stick together, and I'm going to mix this until everything is well combined. I almost forgot my fresh parsley, so I'm going to add that in and incorporate it. I do recommend adding it because it gives the meat a lot of flavor. Once everything is well combined, we're going to take our hands, make sure that they're nice and damp, and then we are going to start forming our meatballs. I like to think of it as a snowball, so make a small to medium-sized snowball, and then you're going to roll it, and then you're going to press it down gently and kind of get this shape. Make sure that everything is nice and unified. There's no cracks in the meat because we want this to evenly cook without opening up, and we're just going to keep doing this until we've used up all of our meat. I have some oil heated up at medium, and then I'm just going to add in my meatballs, and I'm going to fry them until both sides are beautiful and golden brown. They don't have to be cooked all the way through because these are going to go in the oven. Once both sides are beautiful and golden brown, place them on a paper towel and let them kind of hang out until we make the sauce. For the sauce, I finely chop up half a pepper and 2 cloves of garlic. Make sure that it's a nice and small dice. And then I'm going to take a couple tablespoons of the oil that we fried our meatballs in, and then I'm going to add the peppers and the garlic to that, and I'm going to saute that until the garlic is a beautiful light golden brown color. Now I'm sauteing this. You guys can see that black little speck of onion that was from the meatball. Make sure you take any of those out because we don't want to change the color of our sauce. So once that garlic is a beautiful light golden brown color, I'm going to add some flour to that, and I'm going to whisk the flour and the oil together, making a little roux. I'm not adding any butter to this. We're just going to work with the oil. And I'm going to cook that flour for about 60 seconds. I want that icky flour taste to come out so it's not in our sauce. And once we get that flour taste out, so once it's cooked for about a minute, we're going to add our cold heavy cream to the sauce. Make sure it's cold so that we don't get any lumps of that flour mixture. And I'm going to add a little bit of water, and I'm going to mix that until everything is well combined. Now this is optional, but I do add some chicken base into the sauce. It gives it a lot of flavor. If you can't find chicken base or you don't have any on hand, you can use a chicken cube, or instead of that water that we add, you can add like half a cup of chicken stock. But I really recommend buying and keeping on hand the chicken base because it does wonders to really any meal. I get mine at Restaurant Depot, but you can find it at any supermarket. And then what I'm going to do is I added my pepper, but the first thing you want to do is make sure that you taste your sauce before you add any seasonings. So right here I'm just going in with a spoon, making sure that it is a nice and beautiful flavor. My chicken base has melted into the sauce at this point, so I know that I need to add a little bit more Vegeta or salt. I'm adding some pepper. And that's it. I think I add a little bit more parsley just to give it some color, and then I'm going to add some parsley on the top at the end. And as you guys can see, this is on a very light simmer, so this is at medium-low temperature. I don't want to cook the sauce and thicken it up too much because it's going to thicken up in the oven. So you want to make sure that this isn't at a high temperature. We just want to start cooking that sauce. And then here I'm just going to pour it over my meatballs. I'm using a glass pan for this. Because I like to watch it cook in the oven, and make sure you get every little drop of that sauce because it really is absolutely amazing. So I baked mine in the oven for about 20 minutes. What we're looking for is a thick sauce. So we're about 85% done with the meatballs. We don't have to worry about them too much, but we want to thicken up that sauce, but we don't want to overdo it because we want to have enough sauce for each meatball. So make sure that you don't overdo it and dry out your sauce. About 18 minutes later, this is what my meatballs looked like, and they were absolutely perfect. I took them out of the oven. They're still bubbling, very hot, so you have to be very careful. I tried the sauce with a spoon and the consistency was perfect. I'm garnishing it off with some fresh parsley, which I think is the perfect topper for this, and some Parmesan cheese if you have it on hand. And that's pretty much it. I serve it like this with some crispy bread on the side because it's perfect for the sauce. And that's it. It's so easy to make, you guys. The sauce is absolutely amazing. Those meatballs, I used an 80% lean meat, so they're nice and juicy. The texture is absolutely amazing. They're soft, they're moist. Those potatoes soak up all the juices from the meat. This dish is so good, and I know you guys will love it too. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, add me on Instagram, and I will see you guys next time.